I'll start recording. So tonight we're going to get into revolutionizing resumes, harnessing the power of AI for job search success. These are some AI tool lists I shared with our community so that we can have this handy. And after this class, I'll send a link to us so you can, request to download this documentation also. Just go ahead and download them, really. So for Twitter tools, for YouTube, for productive tools, writing tools, coding tools, music, content creation, chatbot, daily life tools, sales tools, images, Chrome extension, all of these are solid tools out there you can use today. So I'm going to leave it. You all can use this for yourself as a reference. Once you download the document, I'll send the link shortly. You can use this tool for your reference. Pretty cool tool. All right. And this is just it. It's a clearer version of it. But let's see what we're going to cover tonight. We're going to talk about the overview, what is happening in the world today, what is ChatGPT, real life scenarios, then a quick demo. Introduction, most of us, I don't need to introduce what ChatGPT is. It's an AI model that has a lot of people speaking right now. It's a global tool that went viral. The first 1 month, I believe, exceeded what Facebook did in 1 year. So it went crazy. What is happening in the world today? Let's keep it simple. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, I don't know about your profession or your line of business, but I'll tell you, in the world of technology, the world has changed. Everything has changed. A lot of people on this call would agree with me. If you're in tech, you will see that the efficiency you work now, the swagger of your knowledge, even though you are the same person, but you are more confident. I have a lady friend of mine was telling me a few days ago that, right now at work, she even volunteers to do work, task, because she feels I have an army of soldiers working with me. That is pretty awesome, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that's the same thing. All of us have armies of soldiers, of bots with amazing intelligence. Some people would ask you and say, well, it's garbage in, garbage out. No, AI is not garbage in, garbage out. AI would monitor and analyze your working pattern and start behaving like you. If you have a writing style and you mimic it with an AI model, over time, it will start spitting information like you, your pattern of writing, your style of writing. So it's different. It's not just garbage in, garbage out. No, it's going to start regenerative. That's why you hear regenerative AI, right? It will start regenerating itself, mirroring what you do. I don't know if you guys follow the news. AI model, we're taught how to play chess with the best in the world. And guess what? After 24 hours, they started beating all the best chess players over and over again in 24 hours. It is crazy, folks. Crazy, crazy stuff, okay? All right, so let's jump into ChatGPT. If you've never used ChatGPT, very simple. Go to Google and I'll show you guys in a bit. We play around it a little bit. But I'm more focused on the use case, which we'll do tonight on resume building, all right? So let's get started. What are the use cases we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about basic prompts. So I'm going to use 3 examples. Somebody having agile product owner resume, GRC analyst resume, third-party risk resume. Then the second thing we get into is customizing roles. Let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of us right now, when you have an interview, the world has changed. All we need to do is take the particular requirements on the job, and we can use AI to simulate and build a resume custom to that requirement. Pretty awesome. We're going to do it tonight real quick, okay? The third one is going to be, most people will wake up and say, what are the kind of questions they might ask me? Gone are the days will say that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to teach you real quick ways we can use some prompt to simulate questions around the particular requirements you're applying for. Simulate those questions. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect and accurate, but it's going to be a good foundation to start thinking about the potential questions and answers based on that particular role. It's even so sweet now, you can prompt it with specific industry in mind. Pretty awesome, folks. Really cool stuff right now. So let's go. So let's start with the basic prompt. Now, for most of us, and don't oversweat this, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like you, if you use ChatGPT and I'm sending this document, if you don't have it, I'll send a link. You can download it. Please, everybody, just download the document. Pretty cool stuff. You can play around it and use it as a guide. You know what? Some people just ping me and said, "Can I just send it right away?" All right, let me send you guys a link and you can download this document immediately. Give me 1 second. Let me send the link and you all can download it. 1 second. I'll send you the link in case some of us joined and did not have access to this. All right, so I sent the link right now. It will just ask for your name and that's all. So just download it there straight up. So you can work with me if you want to. Quickly send the link, put your whatever, register quickly and just get the link and you can share with me, you can roll with me as I work. All right, let me go back to my screen real quick. And I'll show you what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just to download. I'm just downloading, copying this thing. Okay, look at this, everybody. This is so crazily cool, man. Look at this. Look at what I did. If you're on this call, you have a resume, you're stressed and you're worried about resume, please go and drink margarita, relax, no big deal. Look at what I did. I said, act as an agile product owner. So if you're on this call today, ladies and gentlemen, all I need you to do is, instead of putting agile product owner, let's say you're looking for a clinical research associate job. You're looking for an AML job. All you can do is you can tweak it to the industry. In this case, ladies and gentlemen, I said retail industry, right? I said I've worked in retail industry for 2 years, right? And I said I'm financial industry for 3 years, all right? So look at what I just did. Simulate a resume that shows experience with summary for 2 projects done in each role and accomplishment. All right, let's play with it. Power on. Let's play with this together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play with this. Let's have some fun with this right now. Okay. So for those of us that have never used ChatGPT, go to OpenAI. And once you Google this, it will come up, ladies and gentlemen. So don't stress it. Go to try ChatGPT. It will give you the option to log on with your Gmail or any form. Now look at what I did. If you've downloaded the link, you can copy and paste and do the same thing. Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All this has done is it has created 2 different projects for me in 2 different industry for product owner roles. Look at what the thing just did. So for my folks that are into product development, ladies and gentlemen, you've just created a resume. That's all you just did right now. Of course, you can fine tune it. In my case, for example, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I said retail industry. Somebody else can say, you know what? I don't like retail. I like pharmaceutical. Change it to pharmaceutical. Why not? Yeah, just change. And if you don't like financials, you can change it to, instead of financial, you can change it to maybe mining. So it's going to regenerate a different resume for you. You can see it's amazing, really. Immediately it has created 2 different scenarios for you. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you just created right now, right there. But we kind of streamlined it and we're specific. Let's go to the next one. Again, it's going to be more of working session. Please, you can go to let me copy it again. You can go to the link. I just posted it. You all can download the document there if you want to. So you can work with me live and you can download, I believe, the PowerPoint. All right, let's try another one. So that was the basic prompt, right? Look at the second prompt. The first one was as an agile, look at the result. Let's use another one. This is for third-party risk. Again, just copy the prompt. Let's go back there. For folks that are into IT risk and stuff like that, let me use this one again. Act as a GRC risk analyst working in the retail industry for 2 years and financial industry for 3 years. Simulate a resume that shows experience with summary for 2 projects done in each role and the accomplishment. So I went into detail to say, because many times, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes if you're a hiring manager, you want to see specifically what kind of project you've worked on. So this is really preemptively showing people the kind of project you've worked on, which is pretty cool. So let's go back to ChatGPT, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This is the second one. The first one I did was for product owner, right? Look at this for GRC. It broke it down to different industry. Talks about your name, your position, the summary of what you've done, gets into experience of the project you've worked on. It is just pretty amazing, folks. It gets into the details of different roles you've worked on. And you can also do a generic resume. Most of you have done it. You can just say, create a resume for me for blah, blah, blah. The challenge with that is that sometimes if you make it flat, it won't customize it to industries that are meaningful. If you're applying to JP Morgan as an example, then it makes sense to simulate a resume that has financials, right? If you're applying to oil and gas, it makes sense to simulate something that has with oil and gas. So you are kind of uniquely creating different templates for yourself, which I think is brilliant, really. So again, I know most of us know how to play around these tools, but we want to play around it in a more unique, streamlined way. As a matter of fact, it's just a no-brainer. Just make sure you can prompt it well. It's a full career of its own. We'll talk about that later. You know, prompt engineering is just amazing right now. All right, let's go to the next one. So that settles that. So we've done the second resume. Let's do the final one. Then we go to another different use case. This is for someone applying to a third-party risk analyst role. Third-party risk analyst role. So in this case, let's go back here. Similar thing, for those of you that have not downloaded that template, just go ahead and download it. It will give you some good. So look at this. This gets into the details, talks about certain project. This is brilliant because what this would show any hiring manager is the kind of project you worked on. This is crazy stuff. Shows you the kind of project you worked on. That's it. All right. That's really the gist of that. Now, somebody said, what about, somebody said, I'm on this call. I'm a CRA, clinical research associate. That's simple, ladies and gentlemen. Just change here and say, as a clinical risk research associate, working in CRO for 2 years and big farm for 3 years. All right, look at this. This is for people in clinical research, for example. This is pretty awesome also. You will see it's going to spit out some cool stuff for those in clinical research space. Talks about the summary, the kind of work. You work in the CRO, clinical research organization. It talks about what you did there, simulated it for you, pretty awesome. Then you're a CRA in a pharmaceutical like Pfizer, Johnson Johnson, Moderna. Gets into the details of the project, the work done, pretty awesome. Bingo, done. All right, look at this again. Now we're going to change gear to another use case. This time around, we are going to customize. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the cool part of it. Look at the scenario here. This is crazy. The scenario here is this. You are applying to a job and you want to develop a resume unique to that profile. Look at what I'm going to do. Go to the prompt here, just copy and paste it. So let's say hypothetically, can somebody just type a job they like? You know, can somebody just type any kind of, give me a role, then we check it together online. Can somebody just type, the first person that type a role, type any job, HR. Do me a favor, give me, okay, sorry, I apologize. Let's do flight dispatch. Flight dispatch. I think there's a pilot here with us. Let's make sure we take care of our pilots too. So we go to Indeed.com. All right. So let's look for flight dispatch. All right, let's say flight dispatch. I don't know if Indeed will give us that, but oh, good. This is great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this together. Let's quickly do this. Look at this flight dispatch, right? All right, let's find some cool ones out there. All right, let's take the first one, mission planner. I love that. That title looks cool. So look at what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I know my prompt already. Look at what I did. If you've not downloaded this, go ahead and download it. But let me show you the prompt. This is awesome. Let's go back here. So just copy this, all right? And go to ChatGPT. Just follow me here. All right, this is. All right, so look at this, everybody. All I would do is, under this art profile, copy and paste, ladies and gentlemen, Just keep it that way. Then you go back, let's go pick that role, that flight dispatch. Look at what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'll show you now. All I'm going to do is I'll just come here, copy this job from the responsibilities. Okay. Try and keep it as, just copy the responsibility part alone so that we can narrow it. Then I put an hyphen, just paste it in between the hyphen, then click enter. Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It gets into specific for me on the kind of buzzword responsibility I can narrow down specifically to summary. So I have just customized this job to my resume. This is amazing. I just customize it to my resume. So I would definitely use this as a buzzword to add to my resume, because all I did was, let's say you have a role you like so much and you want to take advantage of, just go ahead and customize it unique to your resume. As simple as that. All right. If that makes sense, give me thumbs up. Oh, somebody's a cloud security architect. If that makes sense, give me thumbs up. If you have questions, feel free to pause. And I know a lot of us, okay, excellent. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Excellent. Okay. So let's do another one. And after that, I'll pause and see if other people have some use cases we can leverage and talk about, because I know we have tons of people with similar experience that can show us some cool stuff. All right, let me show you another one, another use case that I think is really cool. All right, the next one is, let's go to, all right, look at this, everybody. This is really cool. This is another cool one. A lot of people within our community will tell me, hey, I have an interview coming up, and can we do a community outreach to support each other? Of course, we always do that. We have a community to support our team. Great, no problem. Now, look at the challenge. Simple. Going forward, I'll tell you, we're going to use our prompt. For example, we're going to just use a prompt to say, act as a hiring manager in Agile product owner space. Well, before we do that, let me ask, can somebody type another role? Any role you would like me to just simulate questions and answer? Just type it so that we don't use the one we used here. AML, I like that. Tammy is really so much on this AML. Okay, all right, AML, KYC. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So what we're gonna do is, Tammy just told us that let's simulate and kind of customize potential questions we might get in an interview. So what I did is, I said, act as an hiring manager in, I'm gonna say AML, KYC. And you know what? I can even go further and say in let's say banking sector, right? Okay. Based on the AML, KYC analyst so row below. So I'm going to add a row for AML, KYC analyst row. So what I'm going to do is, let me quickly go to Indeed again, right? Let's go find some KML job in Indeed. Let's see what we got. Love it. So let's go to KML. Let's find KYC, know your client. Let me find, yeah, let's use, no, that's small salary. We don't want that. All right, let's find this one, compliance analyst, AML. Okay, let me choose this one. So I'm going to come here and I'll just go to job specification here. All right. And I'm going to say, based on this job specification, right? And I'll copy everything here. All right. Let me see. Let me copy it up to here. And don't forget, I've prompted I said below. So I'll just put a hyphen and I'll close it here and I'll say enter. So all it's doing is it's going to simulate questions and answers based on the roles and the functionalities or the job function posted on that public site. So now let's see what it spits out. Ladies and gentlemen, I asked it to give me potential questions and some good answers. Look at what this guy did. They went to this specific, it says, can you provide an overview of experience in supporting email processes? And it gave me some good responses I can use. Now, let me shock you a little bit. We can even tweak it and say, for each question, I can say for each question create scenarios. So I can actually ask it that, okay, I like your 6 questions. Give me scenarios, right? You know, yeah. I can now say for each scenario, show best responses in a table format. So you can ask it to show you in a table format, right? So let's see. We're just playing around this tool, right? Look at what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can see this, ladies and gentlemen. This is some cool stuff here. It's giving you the questions, the scenarios, the best responses, and you can ask it to give you more. You can say, okay, you know, I can ask it generate 6 more questions. So we're asking it to give us more questions, right? Along the line, I can ask it to go in the above table. So it's going to keep, you know, this is so cool. Let me pause if you have questions. Questions so far? Medical laboratory technologies, there's no end to it. We can do so much, ladies and gentlemen. The world has changed. We can do so way more than we can imagine right now. There's so much we can do with this thing at the moment. Now, this is mostly for our folks that are looking for opportunities right now. And I just want to make sure you know there are efficient ways you can make yourself much more marketable and leverage tools that are out there to make you successful. Let me pause if we have questions. Now, let me tell you one of the big challenges. Let me challenge everybody on this call. My only ask of you is advocate this to one person in our community. You'll be surprised how many people are moving around empty when there's so much opportunity with this to make their life easier. If you're not doing it, our Indian brothers and sisters are using it. There's a reason it's millions of people that are using it at any time. It's crazy. In China, everywhere in the world, it's being used crazy. You know, it's crazy, folks. So don't be a late adopter. Be one of the quick pioneers. And as a matter of fact, one of my, you know, she's one of our mentors on the platform. Nene, let me see if Nene is on the call. Hey, Nene, do you mind, please? Let me see if Nene is on the call, because I know she's a certified prompt engineer. Let me see if Nene is on the call. 1 second. I'd like her to speak. Nene, are you on the call, sis? Let me see if Nene is on the call. Yeah, I can see Nene. Sis, can you say 1 or 2 words? I would like Nene to talk because she's a certified prompt engineer and it's a huge field. But I would like her to just say 1 or 2 things to kind of encourage our communities, because if we don't push our folks into stuff like this, other people will. So, Nene, do you mind sharing some insight into prompt engineering, your experience so far, the research you've done, and all the cool stuff? Over to you, sis. Oh, let me unmute you. I thought I did. Let's see.
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
All right, let's see.
Can you hear me?
Nene, I tried to unmute. I think you're unmuted. Let me check it again. Please go ahead and try now.
Okay. Can you hear me, sir? I'm here. I'm unmuted.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, you're speaking. I can't hear you though. Oh, can you hear Nene?
Yeah, everyone says they can hear me. Okay.
Oh, you can.
All right, good.
Oh, how come I can't
Coach,
hear
why
you?
can't you hear me? All right. Do you want to, what do you want to do? Okay, let's wait for the coach to exit and come back. Okay. Testing, can you hear me now? He still cannot hear me. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you. Can you hear me now? He can't
All right,
hear
let me.
anybody.
Nene, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let me make Nene the host, and I will log back in.
Okay. We'll wait for you to come back.
All right, sorry. Give me a second, people. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I would like Nene. Since you've all let Nene, but I can't even hear anybody. But let me log up and Nene, I'll make you the host. Then I will log up and get back in.
Hi everyone. Let's just wait for coach to log back in and then I'll start.
Hello. I think I can hear
Yeah.
everybody now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Sorry, everybody.
I'm
Sorry,
not sure what
everybody.
happened. Okay.
Okay, please go ahead, Nene. Sorry, I
Uh,
missed all your conversation.
no, we didn't even say anything. We're waiting for you to come back.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. I was waiting for you to get
I
back.
trust
But
you. Please. You got this.
thank
Yeah.
thanks everyone. Thank you, coach, for the opportunity. And hi everyone. Yes, I think we're in a good place at the right time, learning about ChatGTP. And I'm just going to be brief to talk about the AI model. So I know the perception is that, oh, AI is going to come and take away all of our jobs, but that's not true, right? So it's called artificial intelligence. And I want everyone to underline that word intelligence. And that intelligence really it goes both ways. So the tool or the machine is just as intelligent as the user, right? So really, the user is the one that feeds that tool its intelligence. Although there's argument that over time it may master. Someone's someone is like unmuted and it's distracting. Let me see what that. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Um, although there is like there's discussions that as the tool begins to sort of master the user and the way that they talk and the way they think, then it will try to outsmart the user. But I'm of the opinion that that may never happen, just because, I mean, we're human and there is so much dimension to us that, I don't believe that a machine will eventually master to outsmart us. But for where we are now, the machine needs us to be able to provide or produce something. And that's what prompt engineering is. So the best way to use AI or specifically ChatGPT is not just to ask it a question, but is to prompt it, just like what Coach was saying. And when you talk about prompt engineering, it's really just like being able to develop, refine, and optimize AI generated text prompts so that you make sure it's accurate, you make sure it's engaging, right? So it's almost like a having a conversation with a friend. Okay, so you just keep stretching the tool as much as you need to get out of it. So that's what prompt engineering is, and that's the best way to use ChatGPT. So I want to encourage everyone to um you know work smarter, right? There's no need trying to figure it all out. I mean, there are so many use cases. I have a friend who is an agile coach, and part of his job expectation is to post scholarly articles on a weekly basis. And he said to me, I don't have time to sit down and come up with an article. And of course, he uses ChatGPT to produce that on a weekly basis, right? So he's currently trending right now at his place of work. I mean, leadership have even approached him and said, "Hey, guy, your thoughts is just, his articles are exciting and people look forward to it." But that's someone who's working smarter, you know.
Mm.
And like something coach also said, if you say you're not going to use it, then the problem is not so much the tool. The problem is everybody else that is going to use it to beat you out of a job. So I think
Yeah.
everyone should embrace it as an opportunity to be the best of who you already are, right? It's not
Yeah.
to replace your intelligence, but it's more so to complement your intelligence. And then, of course, with practice, you only get better and you find better ways to work and to be smarter. So that's all I have to say. Oh, one more thing in terms of job prospects, right? So yes, we are able to use ChatGPT to create our CVs, create cover letters, create scenarios for interviews. But I think you should probably also explore what opportunities are out there to work with ChatGPT. So there is a role called prompt engineering, or you can type in ChatGPT engineering, and you'll see that there are a lot of opportunities out there. It's amazing. And these employers are saying, hey, look, we don't even know what we're looking for, right? We're just looking for someone who's willing to come on our team and help and grow with us. So imagine inserting yourself in such a role, right? It's like the sky is your starting point because it just opens up opportunity for learning. So for those who may be maybe laid off, or you're out of work, or you feel like, man, I've been applying and applying, it's probably because there's just too many people in that role. Why not try something else? So it's an opportunity to scale at your current career, but also an opportunity to start a new career. So that's it. Thank you,
Then,
coach.
then one more. Somebody asked a question that what are
Okay.
the sites to explore or get to prompt engineering?
Learn and be curious. That's the prerequisite.
Okay, love it. Love it. Now, one thing I wanted to just thank you, Nene. Can we give it up for Nene? Thank you. Thank you, sis. You're
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, one thing I wanted to sneak in for us as a community is, there is what we call the bias element in AI model. It's important. It's on us to ensure we can make a lot of people in our community also embrace and are pioneers in this field, especially the younger generation, really, in my opinion. It's time to start pushing our younger folks, even we older folks or whatever, to embrace it and be pioneers. Because what will happen is that if we don't, it will make us lose out. Because if there's a bias integrated into an AI model filtering jobs out there, and it's filtering out certain demography, right? Then the joke is on us because we are not on the table when it's happening. So it's important. We also are pioneers. We are involved. A few of us that want to really get all in, please make sure you do it. Let me unmute Nene. I think she has a question. She has a comment. Go ahead, Nene.
Yeah, I wanted you to address this the kind of elephant in the room around security. Someone just asked, and you're the security guy, so I think that question is
I like
I
that.
think that
I
question
love
is
that.
for you.
I
So
love that. Thank you.
let me tell you what they specifically asked. They said the maker of ChatGPT met with Congress to discuss safety concerns and risk associated with AI. I know there's also some privacy discussions as well. So
Good point. And one of the things, I don't know if you guys are aware of it. One of my future class, I'll integrate a workshop on NIST framework on AI. So the National Institute of Science and Technology developed a framework on things to look for in terms of security and safety for AI models, right? Now, for privacy concern, one of the big challenge right now is that some people throw in certain data in AI model to filter certain queries that might have personal identification information or personal health information, PHI, PII. The challenge is for regulators, like in California, they have CCPA, California Privacy Act, and if you violate privacy of a Californian resident, it's a big deal. Many states are integrating and including similar models now. European is a no-no. GDPR is a big one. Italy, the country, actually banned ChatGPT temporarily. It's the first country to my knowledge that banned ChatGPT, but honestly, it's a wasted effort because I know that's why they said it's temporary, right? Until they can have some framework to feel confident about the safety around it. So those are things we should just kind of put at the back of our mind: bias, privacy, safety. So those of us in cyber or other technology, with challenges comes opportunities. I see opportunities all the time. The way I tell folks that tell me they are laid off, there's not a time to just chill. No, 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 don't chill. No, don't chill at all. It's a time to upskill. I've seen people move into different fields because of those events in life, and they become monsters professionally in other areas. So it's not a time to relax and say, well, because no, don't worry. We're all here for each other, but it's a time to also learn new tools to make you successful, like prompt engineering, like Sis said. All right, let's see if we can take one more question. A few of you want to be mentioned our community. Okay, Kunle, thank you, Kunle. Let me see. Kunle sent a blog to us too. Yeah, this is when Sam Altman testified before Congress. That's a good one. That's a good article, by the way. Any other questions? And one thing we also do within our community also is we encourage our folks to read a lot. We have a community for people that want to read. I'll share that information online or on our group also. For folks that want to be part of the Skillweed community, not officially there, we have a WhatsApp group. I'll send that to. We have a YouTube group. For those that want to join our upcoming JRC class, I sent all the link there also on the chat. But more importantly, for this slide for tonight, let me send so that you can have access to it immediately. Just download it. Let me see. I think we have that link already. If you've not gotten that link, just go ahead and download it. Let me send that again. 1 second, if I can send that link. Any other question? More questions? Please embrace it. Just use it. I mean, for me, it's so important we have pioneers in our communities, because if not, they will make decision to cut people. And I will assure you, let me throw it to the house. Can you tell me some jobs that automatically are already going right now? Type it. Let me see what people's thoughts are. Tell me some jobs you know are already going, and I'll tell you what I think also. Some jobs you think, yeah, it's over. Tell me some jobs based on what you've seen at this point that you think, you know what, let's face it, this is over. This job is over right now. Can you type those jobs? If you guys don't mind, let me see some jobs you think. Data entry, book editor, customer service, copywriter. Oh, Lord have mercy. I feel bad. Let me tell you a real life story, right? I have team that help to build content historically and all that. Think about it. My blog developers historically in the past, they take 2 days to build some good blog for me. 2 days. And your guess is as good as mine. How long does ChatGPT write those same blog? 2 days to write a blog. ChatGPT does it in 2 minutes. Thank you, Abby. 2 minutes. So, I mean, I was honest with my team. I said, listen, dude, man, listen, guys, we have to agree there's no more job, right? So we have to repurpose your role and find other things to do. Because if it's based on what you did before, there's no job because you can't compete, right? I mean, you use 2 days to build a blog and we have something using 2 minutes. So, I mean, it's over. So, and let me tell you another thing that can shock you. Even field like the legal profession are threatened because cases that takes tons of time to research can be analyzed in 5 minutes. Excel spreadsheets, there are so many tools outside of ChatGPT that we know, too many out there. Excel spreadsheet that takes you weeks to analyze data model. You import it into, there's one called chat, C-H-A-R-T, right? AI. You import the Excel model in, and it analyzes your whole Excel spreadsheet for you. How can you beat that? It's crazy. So the world has changed. Let's face it, folks. And I'm excited. Again, we'll keep pushing our community to things we feel will be useful, and we'll keep doing our community give back. We try to do it mostly Tuesdays. Bring guest speakers. We talk on different topics that will be useful. It might be cyber. It might be general topic. It doesn't matter. It's going to be relevant things that we feel would add value to our community. If you are thinking of a topic also, and if you think you can add value, bring a topic that would be relevant, share it with us also. We're happy to bring other folks on board to talk about their experience, their expertise. We'll be happy to do that. Any other questions? We have 3 more minutes. I hope this was valuable to us. Let me see one more question. With the way things are going right now, what's your recommendation in terms of where to focus on to excel in IT or job market? I like that. I love that. I love that. I love your thinking. And this is what we should be doing as a community. We should be strategizing. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kunle Salau, you're awesome. That's amazing. That is a well thought out thinking. I agree. AI privacy regulation is a big one. AI bias, if there is AI bias specialist that analyze AI model for bias, I think that's a big field, upcoming. Prompt engineering is a big one for sure. We know that already. But privacy regulation around AI is a big one. I think one of the things I can do also, I've been thinking about it. I will talk about the current AI framework on privacy. We can talk about it as a community so we can have an idea of what are the things out there today that we can leverage. Let's take one question from Israel and we'll call it a night. And thank you, folks. It's always awesome to have great minds rubbing minds
Okay.
together. Go ahead, Israel.
Okay. Excuse me. I joined the this class late, but I have a question concerning the resume. If you want to write your resume, if you are into Scrum Master before and you want to match the two together, is it possible for you to write a product owner slash Scrum Master when you are putting out your resume?
Thank you, Israel. Israel, we will take that off the record. It's 9. What we're going to do, Israel, is the recording will be available after this class. And I know you are not available. So just go back and listen to the class. You'll see some ideas around it. It's a very simple thing. It's just a prompt. And that will be a challenge for you also to kind of just play around it. So that's an easy one. So just go back, listen to the recording, because it's it's easier to see it practically than just talking about it. But the answer is yes, you can merge it together. But the prompt, you'll see sample of my prompt, and use the document also, Israel. Let me copy finally before we call it a break. Please, I sent some link, join those groups. Those are groups that are valuable to a lot of us in our community. But let me send the link to download this slide. A lot of you have asked me about the slide. Can somebody send that link again? I think I can't find it right now, the link for the slide. Let's see if I can get that link for us. If anyone can send us the link to the slide, that would be appreciated. I can't find mine. Let me see. Okay, I think I may have it now. 1 second. And this is fun, folks. We would keep doing this as much as we can. And the goal is, invite others also. If this is valuable to you, do the same thing, and let's impact one person at a time. I've sent the link to download the file for tonight. Just go ahead and download it straight to the point. Without any further ado, thank you so much, everybody, for being part of tonight's program. Nene, let's give it up for her. Thank you, Nene. Thank you for everybody. And we'll talk soon. God bless everybody. I'll share the recording, share it with your friends, and let other people get value from it. God bless everybody. Good night. Bye.